My friends, what if I told you that immortality is not just a concept or idea from legends, from fairy tales? It's also not a magical and unreachable thing that alchemists were trying to find a recipe for in medieval times. But this is a real thing that exists in our world. But if this already shocked you, let me tell you something that will literally blow your mind. My dear viewer, you can become immortal in this lifetime. If you want to know how can you achieve this and what kind of immortality I'm actually talking about, please stay with me till the very end of this video, because in few seconds I'm gonna share with you the hidden secret that for many years, literally like hundreds of years, this world was trying to hide from you. But I believe that we people right now live in times when everyone deserves to know the truth. So here I am, sharing with you what I have discovered about the immortality. Everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa and this is the House of Light and Darkness, a place, guys, for you and me, where we explore our human but in the same time divine nature. And we are trying to transform our life by looking deep within ourselves, trying to find the answer who we really are, or rather, who we were this whole time. Now let's get into it. I think I don't need to explain to you what immortality really means, because even if you are not a believer, if you are not really into like legends and some like fantasy genre, you probably know that immortality means that someone or something cannot die, or even if someone can die, after this he can be resurrected. So basically it's when someone or something can live forever or exist forever. But my friends, ask yourself a question. Is it really possible for us in this 3D world to live forever? I think the answer is obvious. Of course not. Even when we look at the current state of like medicine field and all of the new technologies that were invented in past years, that's supposed to help us to live longer, we still have the concept of death. We still can die in a physical way. The physical death is something we cannot prevent, we cannot escape, we cannot run away from. But guys, the key word that I want you to pay attention here is physical, okay? In our physical world, you cannot be immortal. In the physical world, physical death awaits you. In the physical world, you cannot escape a physical death. Now, my dear viewer, if you are a new person here, the thing that you need to know about me and my channel is that I honestly believe that first, we are not only humans, we are not only human beings, we are also divine beings. So we have two types of existence, okay? We are two different types of beings. And then the second thing is that I also believe that we live in two different realities. We have the material world and then we have the spiritual realm, the spiritual world. These two things, they coexist. And these are two different realities that I want you guys all to integrate in your life. Because this is the way in which you can become an invincible being, an invincible person, like unshakable, unbreakable, undestroyable, unstoppable, limitless. And also it can help you to build your dream reality and experience the life that you want to experience. So since there are two different worlds, two different realities, it means, my friend, that you have two lives. And we already said that in physical world, your life cannot last forever. You will die at some point in your life, and I will die, and every single person on this planet will die. But what is the concept or idea of immortality mentioned in many different text sources, many different books and legends, again, and fairy tales, was never about the physical world, was never about the physical reality. It was not about your physical life. But rather, this concept or idea of immortality is a coded message for everyone who discovered the truth that we are not only human beings, but we are also divine beings. A message which tells everyone that in a spiritual sense, in a spiritual way, or in the spiritual world, we cannot die because we are immortal. So yeah, in the beginning of this video, I said that this is something that you can achieve, but now let me replace it with saying that you need to remind yourself that you were immortal this whole time, that you are an immortal being, that in this spiritual realm, your life can last forever. And if you know yourself good or close enough, nothing in this physical reality, in this physical world, can kill your soul, can kill your divine light. In other words, no one can take your spiritual life from you. Guys, think about, for example, about Jesus Christ. There are still many discussions nowadays about whether he was really a real person, if he really existed. But we are not here to dive deep into these discussions because it doesn't really matter whether Jesus was a real person or was just a symbolic idea. What is important is his story. And of course, the most important event in his story was the resurrection, okay? It was the death, first like the physical death, and then the resurrection. Okay, and many people interpreted his resurrection as first losing his physical body, his physical vessel, but then appearing in a physical form again in front of like his disciples and women. But what if this resurrection was never about the physical vessel? What if the Jesus that appeared in front of his disciples and these women in Bible was a Jesus in his divine form, as a divine being? And the truth was that he never died in the first place. I mean, he died in a physical world, but never really died in a spiritual world. Now let's go back to our story, okay? My story, your story. I'm not gonna compare our lives to the life of the Jesus Christ because again, like, first, no one knows if this is the real story, and basically it sounds a little bit like a fairy tale or a legend, or like the created image of a person who is like a magician. I want us to find the understanding of how the example of Jesus Christ's death and resurrection can be mirrored in our life. My dear viewers, have you ever experienced situations when you felt like you are at the very rock bottom in your life? The point of your life when you felt like you want to give up, you have no more energy to keep going, no more strength to keep fighting. I don't know, maybe you lost someone important, maybe you were betrayed, maybe this was about your hard and tough life circumstances that were pushing you to this rock bottom. Now, think about how you found yourself to be in a place where you are right now. What happened that you found this something, the reason or the motivation to stand up and to climb back to the top? I've experienced many situations like this in my life, and if I'm to be very honest with you, now when I look back in time at these situations were like spiritual attacks or the spiritual attempts to kill our spirit, our divine nature, attempts to take my spiritual life from me. But since I'm sitting here right now in front of you, in front of the camera, it means that all of these attempts failed. Why? Because nothing can kill your spiritual essence. No one can take your spiritual life from you because you are immortal. No matter how hard some dark forces in this world will try to take your spiritual life from you, it's not possible for them because you are everlasting. You are the immortal divine being. You cannot die in the spiritual world, in spiritual realm. Again, like these dark forces, they can try to manipulate you. They can put your spirit in a cage, full of different illusions, when you are forced to forget that you are a divine being, but they can never kill you, they can never take your spiritual life from you. I don't know about you, my friends, but when I think about it right now, this idea really inspires me, because when I know that I am an immortal being, not in a physical world, not in a physical sense, but in this other reality, in spiritual reality, it gives me strength to live my life with my head up. It helps me to be brave. It helps me to be strong, and most of all, to believe in myself, and also protect this knowledge, to protect this truth that now I keep deep inside myself, that I am an immortal being. It's like now every time in my life I experience some kind of difficult situation, or just like challenges, or just like I find myself to be in unpleasant and hard life circumstances, I remind myself to not give up, to not lose my mind in this chaos, in these difficulties or challenges. And I remind myself that no matter what will happen to me in this physical reality, nothing can break my spirit. Like when I know that I'm immortal, who can touch me? Who can try to kill me in a spiritual way? Yeah, it's like being surrounded with some kind of protective, invisible shield, invisible protective bubble, like this world, and again, some dark entities, dark forces in this life, in this world. They can try to take from you something important. They can take an important person from your life, from you. They can try to shoot or to throw your way any kind of, again, difficulties, hardships, challenges. But since you have this protection bubble around you, none of these things will touch your spirit. For example, you find yourself to be in a period of your life when you almost have no money, but so what? This is just a physical reality. This is not something that can kill your divine essence. People turned their back to you or turned against you. So what? You don't need these people, because you know that in a spiritual way, in a spiritual realm, you are already enough. There are probably people who are your spiritual family on this planet. But even if people turned against you, like, what's the problem? Let them be their way, let them do what they want to do. You are not here to be for people who don't even appreciate you. You are here to live your life, to experience all kind of different experiences that you can have in this life. You are here to work on yourself, to fight your inner demons, to fight your inner battles. So whether you are surrounded by people or not, this doesn't really make a sense when it comes to your spiritual journey on this planet. This world took from you someone important, maybe someone from your family, maybe your close friend, maybe your partner, and it thinks that by taking this someone important from you, it will break your spirit, it will make you believe that you can die in a spiritual way. Hell no, because you are a person who knows that there are two realities, two different worlds, and even if this person that you have lost died in a physical world, he or she is still alive in this spiritual reality. Maybe this person is somewhere around you, but unfortunately, since we cannot see or touch this spiritual reality, we only can feel it. I think that's why there are so many stories around the world when people are sharing the experience of feeling the presence of someone they lost, like as if this person is still around them. So even if someone close to you died, it's not the end of the life, it's not the end of everything. Your life keeps going. You are still someone who exists in two different worlds, because you still have your physical vessel in this physical 3D world. So again, this understanding or the knowledge, the truth about two different worlds that you live in and two different lives that you have, where one of these life can last forever because you are an immortal being, serves as your protective shield from any kind of negative experiences and attempts of these dark forces to break you, to make you believe that you can die in a spiritual way. No, my friend, you cannot die. And trust me, when you know the truth about who you really are, you can protect yourself from any kind of shit that this world will throw your way or shoot your way, or any kind of obstacle that will appear on your life's journey. So this is the immortality that people were trying to hide in coded again like messages, like in books, legends, fairy tales, like long time ago. This is something that they really wanted you to know, that you are already immortal. You can die in a physical way, but you can never die in a spiritual way. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope that this video will help you to finally change the perspective, to look at your life from a totally different point of view, from the point when you already know that you have two different worlds that you live in, you have two different realities that coexist with each other in your life, also two different realities that you experience in your daily life, and that you have two lives. Unfortunately, one life is the life that will end at some point in your life, but then fortunately we have this second life, the one that can never end, the one that lasts forever. I love you all, my dear viewers. See you next time in my next video.